What's going on? What's going on, Hangout gang? I know it's been a while since we have done a video or went live. It's because I've been busy doing a lot of things in the back end, building up this business, this media network with the radio station and with the clothing line. So yeah, that's what I've been busy doing. But we're back now, and we're here, and we have some news for you. Here to cover the news on this Sunday night hangout, as always. But before we get into the news, I would like for you guys to check out our website for our clothing line. Right here, we have our limited edition powder blue sweater that is pre-ordered. There's only so many that will be made on this powder blue surface on this cotton sweatshirt, and so get yours now before while they're still available. Okay. All right, and check out our radio station. You can search non-fungi radio in Google or Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, and it will pull up our radio station. Okay. Now, let's see here. Got a little news for you. I'm going to go over the crypto bubbles. I'm going to go over a little bit of the charts, and we'll do a little bit of news, and then I got a few videos for you guys today. So we'll go ahead and get started with that before I go ahead and won't take up too much of you guys' time today. As you can see, this is the daily chart of crypto bubbles. Everything is in the red for the daily. Only a few things in the green. You got Flare that's up 10%. RON that's up 14.1%. You have Pendle that's up 0.45%. BNB up 0.1%. TRX up 0.16%. BGB 0.1%, and everything else is pretty much red. All right, and on the weekly, you got a little bit more green. Those same coins, and then you add Rose, add ICP, Link, and Render, Pith, and Mina to those same ones. Okay. Now, let's go look at the chart. Look at the Bitcoin chart. Let's see what we have here. Bitcoin dominance chart. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance is starting to come back a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. And as you know, as we always know, that the dominance will is the money flow that's coming back into Bitcoin. All right, as you can see, that 21 is crossing that 200, 50 is crossing the 200, and you're about to see a lot of money probably flowing into Bitcoin because the Fed is going to end up turning on the money printers, and once they turn on the money printers, then they will you'll see the money start flowing into Bitcoin. You'll start seeing some all-time highs and some other coins and everything like that too. So you might want to take your profits when that comes and be on the lookout for that. All right, look at the hourly chart. As you can see, it's starting to come back in now. It's still below right here when it was at 60 something thousand, but it's just, the money's starting to come back in. Look at the daily Bitcoin dominance, and as you can see right here, 21 starting to come back up, but everything is still above the 200. Right, everything's still above 200, but you have on the RSI, you have right here RSI getting ready to cross right here downwards, so you're probably going to have a little bit of selling pressure. All right, let's go look at actual Bitcoin. And this is actual Bitcoin. As you can see, it's coming up in here, hitting on this downward trend line right here, and it's falling back down. Right, so it'll come back down here and touch this bottom trend line right here of this little pendant before it makes a move. Right, depending on the RSI, if the RSI is oversold, then it will you'll see the price action go up. If it's overbought, you'll see it come back down here. Now this is on the daily chart right here now, right? See the 200s right here and see everything's above that, but this is the daily chart. So let's go look at the 4-hour chart. As you can see on the 4-hour chart, you have the same thing right here, that downward trend line is coming right here. Now on the 4-hour chart, you have something different. You have that 200 right here that's going sideways. You have the 21 that's going sideways with it, and the 50 looks like a golden cross, but we shall see. We're gonna have to see and wait a little bit and see what it's gonna do. Normally it makes a move on Sunday night, but it is 8:45 p.m. and Hasn't made a move exactly yet, unless you want to call this right here a move with downwards. Same thing on the hourly chart. See the same exact thing. RSI is in the 40. It needs to go to about 35, 32 before you can see any type of reversal. But it's just going to be a downward trend. That's all you're going to see. It's going to continue to hit this trend line and come and fall down. Let's see here. Not the weeklies. Go back to the 4 hours. Go look at XRP. And we'll look at something else. I guess chain link before we move on. And as you can see, XRP 4-hour chart, as you had that death cross, price actually fell down. So I think the current price of XRP is what, 50 cents now? Yeah, so 50 cents is acting as a resistance. So probably going to trade in between 50 cents and the 49 cents. So just have to see what it does. Look at the hourly chart, see which way it's going to move. Yeah, it's probably going to fall down somewhere. As you can see it coming down here, touching, and it's making a lower high right here. Can't see it that much, but it's making a lower high, and it is on a downward trend. You see that 21 cross 200, cross 50, cross 80 and 100. So yeah, even though this RSI is in bounce territory, I doubt that you'll see any type of significant price action movement up. You can look at that on the 4 hour. As you can see, it needs to come back down some more on the 4 hour. Go look on the daily. And you can see the exact same thing on the daily. Right? Now, let's get into some of the news. Right? It's been a lot of things that's been going on since the last time we've done the video, since the last time that we've talked. And you had some more banks failed. You had other things happen as opposed to news in the FTX scandal and things of that nature. So let's see here. Yeah, things of that nature. So first up, we have Bitcoin steady at 43K as tumbling U.S. regional bank stocks reignite worries. Bitcoin remained steady at around 43,000 Thursday as tumbling U.S. regional bank stocks reignited fears about the health of U.S. lenders and a rerun of last March's banking crisis. I've been telling y'all for the longest, man, get your cash out the banks. Get the cash out the banks. That it was coming. Shares of New York Community Bank Corp extended decline over 40% since Tuesday, reaching similar troughs as last March after it reported losses stemming from its commercial real estate loans and dividend cut. The KBW Nasdaq Regional Bank Index, a benchmark for the sector, edged another 2% lower following yesterday's largest daily decline since March. Market observers also mulled the importance of the Federal Reserve, removing a key language addressing the resiliency of the U.S. banking system in its Wednesday statement about its interest rate decision that appeared in its previous instances, a development mostly trumped by the time by the Fed Chair Powell, quashing hopes of imminent rate cuts. Who would have thought the removal of the U.S. banking systems is sound and resilient? Ain't that a statement? Who would have thought the removal of the U.S. banking system is sound and resilient? Well, the countries in the eastern part of the world, they thought it. Countries in the eastern part of the world, they prepared for it. They found out that you cannot fight the Western countries with wars. You have to use your brain. Finances. Back to the article. Would be the most important line yesterday. Quinn Thompson, head of capital markets and growth at lending platform Maple Finance, said in the next post, noting traditional safe haven assets, gold's uptick relative to U.S. bank stocks. During last March's banking crisis, notably Bitcoin rallied sharply after a short-lived decline nearly to 30,000 from 20,000, emerging as a perceived safe haven asset independent from the banking system woes. This time, Bitcoin's price action has been muted so far. The largest crypto by market cap slightly bounced higher from below 42,000 earlier during the day, consolidating the familiar channels capped at 44,000. It's because it's getting primed because the Fed came out and said that they're not going to raise rates. They're going to print more cash. So everybody's getting you're about to see some movement in Bitcoin pretty soon. At press time, Bitcoin changed hands just below 43,000, up 1% over the past 24 hours. The CoinDesk, a broad crypto market benchmark tracking the largest crypto assets, gained 1.5% during the same period. Whatever the reason for Bitcoin's risk-off behavior yesterday, it highlights the fascinating yet confusing duality of the Bitcoin market. Sometimes it's a macro risk asset, sometimes it's a hedge against macro risk. Noel Aitchison said, analyst and author of Crypto is Macro Now newsletter, wrote Tuesday. So yeah, they're saying that the banks and the stock is really not worries, because for the simple fact that what it did the last time that this happened, there's a slight run on the banks, but this time it's going to be magnified. It's going to be magnified. I hope people are prepared for it. FTX hack mystery possibly solved. U.S. charges trio with theft, including infamous attack on crypto exchange. The U.S. federal government on Wednesday charged 3 people with a years-long phone hacking conspiracy that culminated in the infamous theft of $400 million from FTX as Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto exchange was collapsing. In an 18-page indictment filed in D.C. court, prosecutors accused Robert Powell, Carter Rohn, and Emily Hernandez with conspiracies to commit wire fraud and identity theft in the operation of a SIM swapping ring that targeted 50 victims between March 2021 and April 2023. The most notable heist came on November 11th when the trio siphoned $400 million from an unidentified company. Bloomberg, citing sources familiar with the matter, said the company was FTX. Now, I how convenient. I don't believe this right here. I think that Sam Bankman-Fried and all of them have something to do with this, and I think that this is right here is just a cover for the debauchery and the treachery that they have done and to FTX customers. I don't think these people did this thing. I think that, like I said, this is just a cover up for them. Okay, my opinion, and just my opinion. No facts to back that up, but I think this is just a cover up, to help Sam Bankman-Fried. They gained access to an employee of the crypto exchange through AT&T and transferred out hundreds of millions of dollars worth of crypto. The charges offer a solution to one of the most vexing questions left in the FTX saga. What happened to hundreds of millions of dollars in crypto that disappeared in the exchange's darkest hour, right after it filed for bankruptcy protection? Online crypto course founders scam students with fake hedge fund, SEC alleges. The founder of an online crypto trading course called the American Bitcoin Academy scammed students out of more than $1 million by persuading them to invest in a fake hedge fund, the Securities and Exchange Commission claimed Friday. From December 2017 through April 2018, Brian Sewell allegedly solicited investments for the Rockwell Fund, which would invest in digital assets using unique strategies and tools such as artificial intelligence. Instead of launching the fund, Sewell converted the investments into Bitcoin, which he lost when the wallet he was using was hacked, the SEC said in a news release announcing the settlement case. He also deceived investors about the fund's existence by sending them fake monthly account statements. Boy, he was slick. That's slick right there. Sewell's alleged fraud scheme ultimately cost 15 students about $1.2 million. Whether it's AI, crypto, DeFi, or some other buzzword, the SEC will continue to hold accountable those who claim to use attention-grabbing technologies to attract and defraud investors. Gurbir Grewal, the director of the SEC's Enforcement Division, said in a news release. Sewell and his company, Rockwell Capital Management, agreed to settle with the regulator without admitting or denying the allegations. As part of the deal, Rockwell Capital agreed to pay $1.6 million and Sewell more than $200,000. Sewell, which is listed as the media contact for the firm, didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. He lived in Utah before relocating to Puerto Rico, according to the SEC complaint. The enforcement action is the latest in the string of cases the agency has brought in connection to digital assets. SEC Chair Gary Gensler has reportedly cautioned investors that crypto space is rife with fraud. And it is. There's some fraud in there. I mean, it needs to be cleaned up, but it's not rife with fraud. You know, they always exaggerating and making things sound worse than what they are. But yes, there is some fraud. There is some that is in there. There is some. So, you got to stay diligent. You have to do your research. You have to read the white papers. And you, most important, you have to go into, look at market caps and read the white papers, like I said. Tesla missed $500 million in Bitcoin gains. Will it sell the remaining 9,700 BTC? And that's a lot of money. Imagine that 9,000 Bitcoin flood the market. I would imagine that those ETF funds would snatch those up in a heartbeat, quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's well known that Tesla CEO Elon Musk is a huge cryptocurrency proponent. From allowing customers to buy Tesla cars with Dogecoin to seemingly incessant support on social media, Musk has made his adoration for crypto known over the years. However, Musk and Tesla show the same actions speak louder than words. That some actions speak louder than words. In February 2021, the company made a landmark investment of $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. The investment was meant to earn extra returns on cash that would have earned little to no interest otherwise. At the time of the announcement, Bitcoin's price was hovering around $37,000. However, the price quickly spiked to over $50,000 on the news. In March 2021, Bitcoin rose to a price of above $60,000, reaching an all-time high. Because of this, Tesla decided to sell roughly 10% of its Bitcoin holdings for a sizable gain. Specifically, it sold 4,320 Bitcoins to receive profits of over $250 million. Tesla's stock price fell around 20% the same time frame. Tesla continued to hold nearly 40,000 Bitcoins throughout the rest of 2021 and into 2022. However, in June 2022, it sold a large portion of its holdings. These sales totaled nearly 30,000 Bitcoins, or about 75% of its total holdings. According to Musk, the sale was intended to show Bitcoin's liquidity and ability to support large transactions and give Tesla some extra cash in the event of an economic downturn. The sale was untimely, as Bitcoin was trading below 20,000, hitting 18-month lows. While the price of Bitcoin continued to fall throughout the rest of 2022, Bitcoin did extremely well in 2023, appreciating nearly 150% and reversing the difficulties seen in 2022. Because of this, one can't help but wonder how much Tesla's huge Bitcoin portfolio could have been worth if it had not sold. At the beginning of 2024, just before the approval of the spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds, the price of Bitcoin briefly surpassed $47,000. If Tesla had held on to its original investment of 43,200 Bitcoins, it would have been worth just over $2 billion at $47,000 per Bitcoin. This means Tesla missed out on an extra $500 million in profit had it not sold its Bitcoin in March 2022 or June 21 or June 2022. That's a lot of money. Excuse me, y'all. But that's a lot of money. A whole lot of money, man. A lot of money going around. Tesla still holds 9,720 Bitcoins worth around $400 million at current prices. It will be interesting to see whether it holds on to the tokens in the 2024 sales. In the past, sales of Bitcoin have come when the price rises to new highs or when Tesla is in a tough spot financially. For the first case, some experts believe that Bitcoin could have a strong 2024 and potentially reach new all-time highs, which could spark a sale of Bitcoin. Conversely, Tesla has not had many issues with cash recently, and a soft landing is looking to be more feasible, giving reason to believe that Tesla could continue holding on to its Bitcoin reserves. Well, whether they do or not, there's a lot of Bitcoin. And then once that Bitcoin floods the market, you will see some price action moving on that. So keep that in mind. Senator Loomis says delicate talks on the way over crypto legislation. Long awaited legislation set rules of the road for U.S. stablecoin issuers is the subject of pretty delicate negotiations, Cynthia Loomis told CoinDesk. She added that talks are going every day, not only between Democrats and Republicans, but also between the U.S. Senate and the House of Representatives. You crooked motherfuckers, man. I tell you what, I want y'all to get the fuck out the way. That's what we need y'all to do. Get the hell out the way. Go stand over there. Y'all not part of the cool kids, okay? Get the fuck out of here. So tired of all this legislation and regulation, and they just trying to get things in the favor of the financial in Wall Street. So, I hate it. She added that talks are ongoing every day, not only between Democrats and Republicans, but also between U.S. Senate and the House of Representatives. Loomis, the Senate's most reliable advocate for crypto policy and the co-author of one of the most wide-reaching legislative efforts to regulate digital assets, suggests that the stablecoin piece may have the best odds of success this year. And she said it's received good technical assistance feedback from the Federal Reserve. That's because they want their CBDC. They want you to get into their CBDC so they can have control. That's why they're coming after the stablecoins, why they're attacking them. And I should have posted a video a long time ago that I was intending on making about how the Fed's Powell was saying and what he said about stablecoins, about how they're a detriment. It could be security, national security, and all that type of bullshit. Because people would use that instead of the dollar. Instead of the inflated fiat. I'm optimistic that we will see stablecoin legislation this year, and possibly even the first half of this calendar year. The deeper you get into the calendar year, where there's elections, the tougher it is to get members of Congress to concentrate on difficult legislative issues, because their eyes are on their re-election and keeping their party in the majority. Boy, she ain't never lied right here. I tell you that much. She ain't never lied. This last little fucking sentence right here. Because their eyes are on the re-election and keeping their party in the majority. It ain't about you, me. It ain't about what's good. It ain't about common sense. It ain't about right or wrong. It's about keeping their party in the majority. That's why you have to vote in your interest. And hopefully the candidate that you vote for is pro-crypto. So, this Congress has progressed further on crypto legislation than in the past, and Republican-led House committees have advanced bills on market structure and stablecoins to the House floor. The greater bottleneck has so far been the Senate Banking Committee, where Democratic leadership hasn't demonstrated much interest publicly in passing a crypto bill this year. It's always the fucking Democrats, man. The Democrats are always doing something, right? Look at all the Democrats what's going on right now. All the Democratic cities, all the Democratic fucking states, all the Democratic DAs, Fannie Willis, Letitia James, that other one that's in Fulton County. They put a tracker on him on the employee's car because he didn't want to give her the peen. Yeah, man, I tell you what, Democrats, boy, they just not looking good for y'all. Not looking good for y'all, man. Senate Banking Committee, Democratic leadership, ain't that something? Stablecoins such as Tether's USDT and Circle Internet Financial's USDC, which are tokens tied to the value of the US dollar, are a vital part of the crypto markets. Used as steady means by transacting in more than one transacting in other more volatile assets. Collectively, stablecoins have a market cap of about $136 billion. Some legislative efforts have approached the finish line in the past few years, with Democratic and Republican lawmakers finding common ground on regulating the tokens. but one of the key sticking points has been the role of the feds or the states in overseeing issuers. Loomis, a member of the banking committee, has said the current stablecoin debate is a pretty dynamic discussion and we're not there yet. But she added there is really a light at the end of the tunnel. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit. That's exactly what I call bullshit. So, 1.6 billion crypto sales sought by Genesis Capital. If you don't know, Genesis Capital is going bankrupt, and so therefore they're trying to sell assets and sell different things to get their get some money back from the investors and etc. Genesis Global Capital has taken a significant step forward in its bankruptcy proceedings by filing a motion with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York. The firm seeks authorization to sell around $1.6 billion in trust assets. This substantial sum includes approximately $1.4 billion in Grayscale Bitcoin Trust assets and about $165 million from the Grayscale Ethereum Fund. This move is part of the company's broader strategy to navigate through its Chapter 11 bankruptcy cases, aiming to stabilize its financial situation and maximize value for its creditors. At the heart of Genesis Capital's strategy is the proposed sale of significant cryptocurrency holdings, specifically tied to Grayscale's Bitcoin and Ethereum funds. These assets represent a considerable portion of the cryptocurrency market. Exactly. With the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust alone holding approximately 3.2% of all Bitcoin in circulation as of September 2023. Now, remember when Cathie Wood was selling all that, selling all her shares and selling all her shares in Grayscale Bitcoin Trust? Remember she was getting rid of all her shit a couple months ago? Makes sense now, don't it? The sale is viewed as a crucial step towards resolving the company's financial difficulties. Genesis management team and advisors have been working diligently to preserve the company's estate, chart a path toward a transparent and efficient restructuring, engaging in extensive discussions with creditors and stakeholders to reach a consensual resolution. The decision to sell these assets is not taken lightly given the potential market impact and the intricate dynamics of the cryptocurrency industry. Genesis aims to conduct the sale in a manner that minimizes market disruption while securing the best possible outcome for its creditors. The company has also been in discussions with key parties, including a committee of unsecured creditors, to gather support for its motion. This collaborative approach underscores Genesis' commitment to transparency and consensus building throughout its restructuring process. By seeking authorization from the court, Genesis aims to gain the flexibility needed to navigate the volatile cryptocurrency market with the goal of maximizing returns for its creditors. Now, if all of that stuff comes into the market, you're going to see price action move. You're going to see a lot of shit happen, right? It accounts for a considerable portion of the market of all the Bitcoin that's flowing in and out. Remember that. Major Fed decision to affect crypto market in 2 days. So Tuesday, we're going to see what's going on. The crypto market is bracing itself for the Federal Reserve as the Federal Reserve gears up to announce its first interest rate decision of 2024. The whispers from the CME about a 96.9% chance to keep interest rates unchanged are causing ripples. Yet with the second decision in March casting a 47% shadow of a rate cut by 25 basis points. Investors are on edge. Adding to the economic fervor, the United States is set to release the January unemployment rate, which could further sway market sentiment. The Federal Reserve's decision on interest rates is a critical economic lever that traditionally influences traditional markets and has been seen. The cryptocurrency market as well, an unchanged interest rate could maintain the status quo, possibly keeping investment steady in assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. A cut, however, could signal economic caution, potentially reducing the attractiveness of risk assets like cryptocurrencies or conversely could lead investors to seek higher returns in the crypto market if traditional investments falter. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Next up, we got some videos that I want to talk to you guys about.
Cryptocurrencies in terms of native cryptos like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're not all the same, right? They're not all created.
So just a second, and I'm gonna get y'all right.
Okay. However, there's a lot of things coming just literally right round the corner. We already have Fed now. We're going to have SWIFT mandates. We're going to have SEPA Inst. There is just going to be a lot, just in the payments arena, not necessarily just the whole of FS, but in the payments arena, there's a lot that's going to start to happen.
Yeah, so right there, trying to tell you, show you guys that
Cryptocurrencies in terms of native cryptos like XRP,
CBDCs are coming, and there's nothing that you pretty much can do about it besides prepare for it. Pretty much, that's about it. Now we have another video right here that we are going to play.
Cryptocurrencies in terms of native cryptos like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're not
video here now.
Cryptocurrencies in terms of native cryptos like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're not all the same, right? They're not all created equal. I think what's becoming much more popular in the industry now is more sustainable technologies. So the XRP ledger and XRP is, there's no mining or proof of work or proof of stake involved. So the computational cost of validating transactions is almost zero, right? Very, very low cost and very stable in terms of pricing. Stable coins, again, not all created equal. You have a massive range from the algorithmic type stable coins. We all know the Terra story from a few weeks ago. And then now what we're seeing emerging is stable coins being issued by regulated entities. So I can't give you the names yet, but there's two projects we're working on, one in the UK and one in the US, working with banks that are regulated who will be issuing stable coins, and the reserves will likely to be held at a central bank in a central bank account. So very different from the algorithmic stablecoin. We as Ripple work across all of these technologies. And then, of course, you've got central bank digital currencies, which essentially is the highest form of digital currency, right? Issued by the central bank, backed by the central bank, the most secure form.
Okay. However, there's a lot of things coming just literally right round the corner. We already have Fed now. We're going to have SWIFT mandates. We're going to have SEPA Inst. There is just going to be a lot, just in the payments arena, not necessarily just the whole of FS, but in the payments arena.
Cryptocurrencies in terms of native cryptos like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum,
there's a lot of things
they're not all the same, right? They're not all created equal.
We already have
I think what's becoming much more popular in the industry now is more sustainable technologies. So the XRP ledger and XRP is, there's no mining or proof of work or proof of stake involved. So the computational cost of validating transactions is almost zero, right? Very, very low.
It's XLM, whatever. It's going to be here to stay. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do about it. They're not going to be able to stop it. Swift is going to be using XRP, Ripple. Swift is going to be using crypto as well. So next up that I have, last and not least, I had some big news. I wanted to let you guys know.
Cryptocurrencies in terms of native cryptos like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum.
It was this right here. We have Zimbabwe in XLM. Making waves. Zimbabwe will be putting their assets on XLM. We'll be putting gold onto the XLM Stellar blockchain. So let's go ahead and read some of this real quick. I'm going to pull it up. So I can go ahead and read some of this document for you guys and girls for the Hangout gang. You know, I try to keep y'all laced up with some of the hottest news and something that are alpha before it comes out for anybody else knows, to keep you guys in the front runner. It says the issue of the RZB gold-backed digital tokens. Number 1, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe hereby invites applications from individuals, financial institutions, corporates, and other entities to subscribe to the issuance of the RZB gold-backed digital tokens. Applications for the gold-backed digital tokens must be for a minimum of $10 US for individuals and $5,000 for financial institutions, corporates, and other entities. Application forms are available from RBZ, commercial banks, building societies, and the People's Own Saving Bank. Completed application forms should be submitted through commercial banks, building societies, and the POSB. Okay. So yeah, it says special features, prescribed assets status, and liquid asset status acceptable as collateral and tradable bearer instrument. Settlement will be done in local or foreign currency. So I wonder what they're going to use. What do you guys think they're going to use? It says in Zimbabwe, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe could well be attempting to do just that through its fintech sandbox. The central bank has onboarded Uhuru Innovative Solutions to the sandbox, a fintech firm behind the WhatsApp-based payment solution. As a result of this coming together, the latter, which already harnesses the Stellar blockchain, so Uhuru already uses and harnesses Stellar, has created a platform specializing in low and mid-value payments that enables users in Zimbabwe and South Africa to make instant payments using stablecoins. Now, what goes along with Stellar? We all know that XRP goes along with Stellar. Okay? So, that's the alpha. That's what we have for our first show back. And remember to check out and pre-order your shirt, your sweater, limited edition on the powder blue. It's the same one that I have on right now, as you can see. It's the same one, bottoms up. Same one I have on right now. Don't forget to do that. Get your pre-order while they're limited edition, while they're available, because they're going fast. They're going fast. I'm telling you now. And don't forget to, when you're at work, check us out right here on Non-Fungy Radio. We will be moving the podcast over on Sunday Night Hangout. It will become a radio show, and we will be putting snippets up and just little shorts up here on this channel. But you will be able to listen in real time on the radio, and we have an app coming soon to where you can hook up your Android CarPlay, and Apple CarPlay as well. You can listen to it straight like that. If you're into hip hop and rap music or pop, the latest underground things, let's see what's playing right now.
I live like a G and I pray constantly. Watch me please. I might die tonight. I do my thing. I rip and run these streets and I deal with these freaks.
All the way legit. So support the station, support the channel. Every shirt that you buy also supports the network. It also supports the podcast. So this is Crypto Crane signing out again. This is the shirt. Like I said, get you one. Pre-order it now. Limited edition.